Today we are going to Manufacturing Day. It's something pretty cool that happens every time around October. And this is where manufacturers open up their companies, their factories, to let you see exactly what they manufacture, how they manufacture it, etc. Show you some sort of trade secrets to some extent. And I'm excited to be doing this for the first time this year. My wife, who's not here right now because she can't find her glasses. My wife is the one that set this up for everyone, and she's got to go over the past couple of years because when she worked here, she used to do the career counseling for Ohlone College, and they do refer kids out there for high-tech jobs, etc. So the first one we're going to go see is Anaspec. They provide proteomic solutions for peptides, antibodies, and fluorescent dyes, acai kits. And that was just a UPS truck coming by. So we got a nice little lecture in biology and chemistry. Actually, chemistry first and biology second. So a lot of things there are key in producing things that will help you identify bad stuff going on in your system. It was just kind of cool to see the labs and everything. What do you think?
There was a lot of sophisticated technology or industry-specific language that I don't think I understand.
Well, it's interesting to see a lot of the real things going on that are actually reflected in some of the movies that we see when they're doing research. Any particular equipment that you found very interesting?
There was these things with the machine, the main machine that has a lot of tubes, and then it dropped it in. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Well, I personally like the peptide synthesizer. That was really cool. Reminds me of an inkjet where they have a bunch of the chemicals.
That's the one.
In there. That's the one you're talking about. Yeah.
But it stink a little.
She might have been me. So now we're at a second one called GreenCircuits. And I presume that what they do is electronic manufacturing. And once again, I don't think videos and stuff are allowed in there. Of course, we have zero footage of the manufacturing day because you're not allowed to take videos and stuff in there. But you can enjoy this Taiwanese hot pot instead. Let's finish the quick tour. Well, not quick. How long was it? Like an hour?
An hour and a half.
An hour and a half tour of Jabil, basically.
James and Bill.
Yeah, James and Bill started the company 1966 in their garage. It's like one of those things. But what you probably didn't know is that they are a worldwide company with over 2,000 employees. Well, I'm gonna sound like a marketing person here. And they do 25 billion, I guess, in revenue every year. They're the biggest contract manufacturing company you've never heard of. You know, just on the size and the scope of what they do. Everything. They do everything, top to bottom, including design process, engineering, manufacturing, even final end delivery. Very impressive. Nolan gave a great, fantastic tour. I'm really excited for anybody that gets to go and gets Nolan as their guide. Yeah, what do you think? Were you impressed?
I was overwhelmed with the amount of information that we get.
I thought it was just enough because, you could really geek out on every single little bit in there. Yeah. In every single bit. So I really had to just not ask any questions and let that young man who's looking for a job ask his questions.
Which he did.
Which he did. He asked his questions and he got his answers. So, yeah. Honestly, if I was an engineer, I'd work here. So that's a little plug for Jabil. Thank you. By the way, I'm over in Fremont right now, and if you happen to be visiting the area or going to San Francisco, there's a sourdough place that's world famous called Boudin's, San Francisco Boudin or something similar to that. Anyway, they have this new club or program where if you sign on for their rewards club, you get a free loaf of sourdough bread every single month. And you can do that the same exact day that you sign up. So, you know, that's pretty special. The one that is in Fremont is right over here. It's next to the Whole Foods Market. It's pretty close to where I happen to be right now. I just got it, I think a week ago, or maybe a week and a half ago. Anyway, if you happen to be visiting the San Francisco Bay Area and you're going to be around Abudin's, they make some excellent bread, not just sourdoughs, but free, completely free. And there's very rarely anything in life now that you can get completely free. That's pretty good. And that's one thing, completely free.
And
free every month. All right, that was really depressing. I went to Fry's Electronics in Fremont, one of the original bigger OG ones. They've been around for a really long time. And it looks like the place is closing. There's just there's just no one in there, and there's not enough stuff. I went in there looking for a watch band for my wife's new Samsung Galaxy Active watch, and like a good part of the stock is completely gone. It's just empty. It's like a ghost town in there. Like I might be the only person in the entire department walking around.
In 1.9 miles. Turn left on Paseo Padre Parkway.
And so as I was leaving, I talked to someone and I asked him if the store was closing, and he just was like, no, we're not closing. Maybe he's in denial, or that's what they're told to say. He says, we'll get some stock soon, but he doesn't know when. I'm just talking about the entire store. Like, there's just nothing. Practically empty. A good part of the shelves in the departments. I don't know if they're going to get anything new. Yeah, that's sad. Fry's Electronics used to be one of those places, the few brick and mortar stores that I would recommend going if you needed something. Now, sadly, Best Buy actually has more stock of the new stuff. This is probably why the entire parking lot was empty. At first I thought it was closed, or they're closed for inventory check. I don't know. It could be just this Fry's Electronics. I haven't been to Fry's Electronics in a while. I guess I shouldn't be that surprised. I mean, if I just look at myself, I haven't been back to Fry's Electronics more than 2 times, maybe, within the past year. Maybe. And I guess part of it was that I went back to return a defective computer monitor, the LG 42.5-inch screen, and they gave me shit about it. Like, it was really difficult, very frustrating, and that's part of the reason why I just never went back again. I mean, why do I want to deal with something like that if I'm going to have an issue with something that I purchase? It's just not worth the risk to me. So I buy 90% of my stuff like everybody else through Amazon, where they have a fantastic, reasonable return process, and the prices are fair, and they ship to you, well, at least I'm a Prime member, to your door in 2 days or less. Just full disclosure, I am an Amazon.com affiliate.
In 1,000 feet.
Cancel items.
Please place item in the bagging area.
So I reference manufacturing day, and it's not just one day now. They reserve a lot of stuff for schools. I confirmed this with the specialist, and if your school isn't doing this, please ask someone up there to please have a manufacturing day for any number of industries or stuff that you might be interested in working with, because I think it's very, very valuable to go see where you might potentially be working. Then it might lead you to figuring out what kind of career path you might want to do, and it could potentially save you a lot of money for picking the right career more early on. I think next week we're going to the manufacturing day for a brewing company, according to my wife. Not because we want to become brewers, but because we want to be taste testers.
There's probably going to be an opportunity for us somewhere within the industry. We are enthusiastic about it. We're excited about the opportunity.
Well, she's not interested in IPAs. I'm fine with that. And I'm not as interested in stank in beer. I don't like the stank factor in certain types of beer, so I'm going to ask a lot of questions about stank. You remember stank?
The hop, they say.
It's the hoppy stankness of it. So I'm going to close off the episode right now. We're heading back. I'm going to meet up with our nephew. And tomorrow, we're going to Home Depot. They're going to build airplanes, right? And we're going to go check out an open house at the Livermore Airport, which should be pretty cool.